Hello. You're very welcome back to another review. Today we're checking out a business jet. Well, sort of. It's from Sim Federation. Now, these guys released the Phenom 300 some time ago, and then out of nowhere we saw a Challenger 350 appear in the marketplace. But is it any good? Let's go check it out. So here we have the Challenger 350, and I gotta say, from the far away exterior, well, it kind of looks promising. I mean, the modelling looks pretty nice. It definitely looks like a Challenger. It's only when we start getting up close to it where we start seeing some of the issues. The reflections are fine. It's the textures that the aircraft is let down on. There aren't any. When you look around the fuselage, apart from the leading edge of the wings, there are no textures here. There's no detail. It's super smooth, nothing really going on. When it comes to the liveries, or livery, there's only one livery with this aircraft. Again, from afar, it's not too bad. But once you get close up to it, it's very janky and very bad. It's as if, they use their baby toe and not so baby toe, with a lipstick pen to draw it on. It's not very good at all. Moving into the interior, there's two variants of the aircraft: the cockpit only, which doesn't give you a cabin, or the standard version, which gives you a cabin. And the cabin modelling is pretty okay. There's carpet and there's a bit of texture there, the wood effect, there's nice reflections. You can interact a little bit inside the cabin. You can mess around with the overhead lights, each panel, but that's about it. You can't move chairs or the tray tables or the window blinds. Everything else, it's just for show. Moving into the cockpit, and again, it doesn't look too bad. From a distance, I mean, it looks the part. There's a logical button layout here for all the systems. My only problem with this is most of them are in-op. They just don't work. When it comes to the lighting, it's actually quite good. I was impressed with this. Plenty of customization options here to mess around with the different levels of lighting. There's a control pad over on the left-hand side. The exterior lighting is quite good. It's bright. The strobes are very powerful, the nav lights. There's one huge issue though, and that comes to the landing gear, the main landing gear. Your taxi light, it doesn't turn off. So when you retract your landing gear, that light shines back into the cockpit. When it comes to the visuals, I'm really not impressed here. The huge opportunity. It's a beautiful airplane in the real world. The model actually isn't that bad, but how they've managed to implement everything here in the sim, it's quite bad. The model is the only point I can award here because it is a nice model. For that, I'm going to score it 1. Now, moving on, we have the systems. And again, a bit of a head scratcher. So a lot of the buttons are in up. Those that do work, well, you don't actually know they work. When you can turn on the batteries and you can turn on the APU, and the screens, you know, they light up nice. The avionics here, there's nothing native, there's nothing unique, there's nothing original. These are all copied over from, I think it's the CJ4, could be the Longitude. So, you know, the FMSs work to a degree, the screens work to a degree, but overall, when it comes to the systems, there's really no logic to this. It's kind of copy and paste what was already done before them. Now, when we talk about the systems and the aircraft itself, there is no reverse thrust. This is a huge issue. For the first few days, I couldn't get the spoilers to work, as in they just wouldn't work at all. Now they seem to be working. I don't know, was there an update? I didn't see any patch notes. The biggest graw here has to be, you know, the landing lights or the lighting systems. Like you'll see it here, you know, this massive light, the bat signal, it's just, how does this pass QA? From the systems, again, there is nothing unique here. Like, you can't even open the cabin door. This thing scores 1. Next up, we have the sounds. And again, there's nothing new or original here. These are copy and paste of the sounds. They're all right. I mean, look, Asoba did a great job at the sounds that they captured from these aircraft and the systems. But this aircraft, it's a copy and paste. Nothing original, nothing new. For the sounds, I'm going to score this at 1. So next up we have the handling. How does the aircraft actually feel? Well, initially not too bad. On the ground, the nose wheel wasn't moving when you turn, which is odd. But by and large, it was okay on the ground. The power seems way off skew here. I mean, you put the power down, the thing is a rocket ship, off it goes. Flying through the air, it feels extremely heavy. It's not agile. The stall characteristics, I'm left scratching my head because this thing stalls like a Cessna, which is very odd. You get a dipped wing. The stall shakers, everything is toned down. There's no real feedback here that you can really kind of stay ahead of the aircraft. When you lower the landing gear, there is a nice bit of drag that's put in. It doesn't suit the aircraft. It feels like this belongs to a much smaller jet, and there's nothing original. The handling on this one, it's a 1. So what about the price? What do we get for our investment? Well, it's available only through the InSim marketplace. It's €27.99. This thing is not cheap, and considering the other developers that have way better add-ons for this price range and even less, this is expensive. You get 2 variants, one that has a cockpit only to save on some FPS, one that has a cabin that we showed off. It's VR ready, it comes with 5 missions, and there's only 1 livery, and at it, it's not very good. So, for me, the pricing, I give it 1. So before I reveal the overall score, well, let me know down in the comments what you think. Would you score the aircraft any different than what I have? And what do you think of these sort of add-ons? Do you welcome them in the sim? I gotta tell you, I mean, I really struggled trying to put together a video. Sure, for me, it's a nice looking model. I can try and get creative with it, put a nice bit of music to it, and then see where it flies. But that's about it. If you want to fly this in a flight simulator, I really struggled with this. It doesn't do what it's supposed to. You know, it really didn't pass any sort of quality testing, and yet here it is. Then you have to look at the rating system. What we have, you know, you can rate this between 1 or 5 stars, but we can't see any comments. At the moment, 8% of all the votes gave this thing 5 stars. 5 stars! for this. What? Yeah, but anyway, let me know what you think. And sure, listen, while you're down there, well, if you do like this sort of content, do be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, and get notified. I'll keep making these. We're catching up. Poor old Gibbo now, like he's flat out now. Like, all jokes aside, he hasn't slept in weeks. But anyway, thank you so very, very much. I'm only messing. He got a bit of sleep last Tuesday. Until the next time, you take care.